McCarthy, and this is Scruff of the Neck TV on your Saturday night. How good were Kid Capici? This room is now so hot because they were absolutely tearing that stage apart. What a band. And I'm very excited because my second guests of the evening are here all the way from Brighton to be with us in Manchester tonight. A huge welcome to Heather and Ben from Hanya. Hello.
Hello.
You doing good?
Yeah, I mean, we're very warm. You're right. I can feel the testosterone in the room. It's quite something.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah, it's very, very hot in here. So obviously you two live together, which would explain why you're all tucked up on the sofa together. How is it living together? Have there been any clashes, or is it mostly good moments?
Oh, I mean...
Be honest, come on, you can let it out.
Ben,
this is the forum.
Yes, it's been a roller coaster. No, it's been pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it must be nice, mustn't it? The fact that you can, always talk about your music, write music, and kind of be productive.
It makes it a lot easier, but it also means that, if the guys are like, well, we need to do something when you get home, we always have the homework.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're the homework guys. Yeah. We're the nerds. But it works out really well.
Love that.
Yeah.
So Twitch, you know what to do by now. If you have any questions for Hanya, get them in the chat right now, and I will put them to them. Anything goes. The juicier, the better. Anything. Speak now. So where did the name Hanya come from, first of all?
So Hanya, this is a long story. I'll tell you the short version. I was reading a book on Japanese no theatre, which I've always been a fan of all sorts of Japanese anime and the mythology and folklore. So the Hanya mask was something that was used in no theatre to represent. It was usually males that would represent a woman with this one mask that showed kind of jealousy or rage, or she was always really ugly and aggressive looking. And I just thought the idea of that was really interesting. And at the time, I was just playing in a two-piece, myself and Jack, and we were thinking of becoming a band. And I thought that's such a great idea to kind of explore the idea of the female psyche being represented with just, one mask. Is so patriarchal and funny that I just thought,
You are unfathomably aggressive.
I mean, look at me, day to day. I just thought it fit, and I really like the word, but it means a lot of things as well. I found out in Indonesia it means they or them.
Okay.
And lots of people have kind of come to us and said, it also means this in our language. So it's kind of up to anyone's interpretation.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it does sound nice. That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Rolls off the tongue.
There's enough bad names out there that we don't need any more.
Yeah.
So you're from Brighton, as I mentioned, which is pretty cool. The scene there is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, the Brighton music scene, I mean, we're spoilt for choice. Penelope Isles, there's Blood Red Shoes. I mean, there's so many bands there that have kind of paved the way that you can't really, there's a saying, you can't swing a cat for a musician in Brighton.
Probably
which
true.
Is true. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty small place. So it kind of fosters its own community, and it's very nice that it kind of helps you grow. It's a very small scene, but it's very intertwined. Yeah.
So does everybody know each other? Because like you say, there's musicians, there's artists, there's creatives, literally everywhere you look in Brighton, isn't there?
It is, you walk down the street and you say hello to 15 people.
I have friends that come to visit from London, and they're like, that guy in the coffee shop, and that how's this? But it is like a small village. Yeah. Even the Kid Capici guys downstairs were like, you're from Hastings. Do you know our friend from Hastings? Like, yeah, we know him, and his brother, and his dad. It's just, it goes, I think it's the Southwest, really. It just stretches,
From reading about you guys before this, the project initially started as kind of your thing, Heather, is that right? And then you were like, right, let's get a band on board. So how did you all meet each other?
So Ben and I met years ago. He was playing in a band called Spit Shake Sisters, and we met in Berlin, actually. He was playing over there. Jack and I, drummer Jack, have been friends for 10 years since we were babies, and we moved to Brighton together. And Jorge's our latest addition. He joined the band a couple of months ago.
And he's bringing the good hair.
He is bringing the good hair.
You'll see it later, everyone.
See it, yeah. It's great. But it started off as a two-piece, and it kind of the ball started rolling from there. We just thought, how can you make these sounds live on stage that we're putting together in a studio. It's just not possible without the manpower.
Wow.
That's what you are, darling. Yeah.
So when would it have been that you wrote your first song for this project?
Oh, I actually had it in my head the other day. I wrote a song maybe when I was 17, 18, that we're going to play this evening, actually.
Oh, amazing.
It's called Honey. It's our third song.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the first songs that I thought would be good for a band sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all a happy accident. It just kept rolling, you know? Like, you start playing some songs on acoustic guitar, next thing you know, you think, how's it sound on electric?
Yeah.
How's it sound on a bass? How's it sound with some keys?
Yeah. How does it sound with three handsome, strapping young men?
Yeah, if we do say so ourselves. And yeah, it just worked out that way. Yeah.
Amazing. So when would it have been that you wrote like your first song ever? Like how little would you have been, do you think?
Oh, me and my sister used to write songs, and we'd go to my parents, and we'd basically rewrite step songs.
Oh, steps!
Yeah.
Wow.
But we would change the lyrics. So we'd kind of be like, hey, Mum, we wrote the song. And then we'd sing it to her and we'd have a little dance routine. And she'd think it was the best thing. And how did you come up with that melody? But it was just complete plagiarism.
Yeah, it's stolen.
I
all
nicked
of it.
But I did write a song when I was young, I actually still remember, called This Is My Castle and You Are My King, when I was about 4.
Okay.
It's like the worst piece of feminist poetry you've ever heard. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, 4. That's quite impressive, though, yeah.
Well, what can I say? Natural.
The dance moves, though, have they been left behind, or are we going to see those tonight?
Oh, maybe one day. We'll have to wait for the stadiums for that, I think. We ain't got enough space.
Love that. Last year, you played in New York, in the Big Apple at New Colossus Festival. How was that?
Did.
I can imagine that was quite the experience.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. It was kind of horrifying towards the end because Trump put a travel ban in, right?
Yeah.
We got
right.
home an hour before the travel ban was put in place.
Yeah, so we were there during the whole we went thinking there's an illness going around, so we don't really know that much about it. And then whilst we were there, it became a pandemic.
It literally went from 0 to
and then it
100.
became like, it's getting quite intense now. And then kind of all snowballed from there. And we were thinking, we're in New York, they've sold out of hand sanitizer. What are we going to do? We had a show cancelled.
All the stuff that we wanted to actually do in New York was closed as well. So we were just like, oh, damn it.
And we were wheeling around suitcases, so everyone was jumping out of our way as we walked past. But it was, we went with the best intentions, and New Colossus, the guys that set up the New Colossus Festival, did their utmost to keep as much kind of clean and together as they could. But it was a really harrowing experience.
Yeah, that sounds mad. Because I guess that was, the start of last year, where we all thought like the lockdown was going to be like 2 or 3 weeks and it was all going to be fine. And
this was before we'd even known what the word lockdown meant. We were just like, what? There's a thing.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, there's like a flu, but it's fine.
Yeah. And now it's just crazy that it's almost been a year and this has been our lives since then. And now I keep thinking, like, dreaming of New York at night and kind of struggling to sleep.
Weirdly wishing that we were back there sometimes.
Yeah, I wish we could have seen it when it's full kind of glory, because it's such an amazing place. And musically, it would have been the most amazing experience. But instead, we were like, we go outside. We couldn't use the toilet anywhere. We just sit in Hyde Park and Central Park and be like, what do we do?
You'll have to go back, though. That's all it means.
We will. Yeah, we will
go back with a vengeance, definitely. Now, from your music, I get a really like shoegazy, dreamy vibe. What would you say are your influences? Like, what's inspired you to make the music that you're making right now?
A bit of Cocteau Twins in there, I think.
Oh yeah, love Cocteau Twins.
Oh, amazing.
It depends on who you ask, because we all have such different influences. Like, you and I have quite similar taste in music, but we also like a lot of like 70s Zambian psych rock, which is like really niche and strange, and then other kind of more well-known 90s bands. There's a kind of a mirage of influences there, but recently...
It's a melting pot.
It is a melting pot, yeah. But recently I've been listening to loads of like Hannah Cohen and Sharon Von Etten and Angel Olsen, and I absolutely love that direction of music.
Kick the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, Spotify call it, what is it, like chamber psych or something that's completely...
Hype word.
Yeah, some hype word. We love the hype.
Love that. And you put out an EP last year, which I loved. And it got plenty of radio support, didn't it? Radio 1, Six Music. How does that feel for you guys? Is that sort of stuff just a bit like, huh? How is this happening?
It's a bit ethereal, really. Kind of
Yeah.
like, because it's not in your face, I suppose. It kind of feels like something that's just floating around there, and you're like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it is such a surprise. We didn't even know that we had some of these plays until somebody wrote to us on Facebook. A guy that didn't even like Hanya, I think, was just like, by the way, guys, just giving you a little tip. You were played on Six Music last night. And we were like, no.
How efficient of him.
Wrong Hanya. Different
Wrong
band.
Hanya.
Well, because the song was called Dreamwife, and people often think, Dreamwife, the band, with a song called Hanya. So I thought, nah, he's got that wrong. I was like, wait, Steve Lamacq knows who we are. Jeez.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Love that. So have you been writing a lot during all of this or not?
Yeah, no, we have.
In waves, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. There's been moments of complete lack of motivation, I think, just out of the pure anxiety of this situation. But at points, we just kind of, skyrocket into writing loads. I mean, we wrote Texas, which is the first song we'll play this tonight, in about a couple of days. It was just me playing around with some chords, and then I played them to you. You got on the drum kit.
Yeah, demoing the drums at home. And then just away from there, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, and when those moments happen, it's absolute magic, and you think, gotta keep on this train, and then, you might get a bit busy, or you got a great Netflix show, or The Sopranos is back on.
Also that, yeah.
And then it happens again. You can never really pick those moments.
You've done some work though. That's good.
Yeah, no, we've been writing quite a bit recently as well. We're quite on it now. We've got some great stuff in the pipeline.
Nice.
Yeah.
There are so many good bands around at the moment, don't you think? It just feels like a really exciting time for music.
Yeah.
Who are you guys listening to? Who are you loving? Like any new names that you want to
been
shout
digging
out?
Shame quite a bit. They're
That
great.
new record.
Yeah, Shame are great. Goat Girl's new album is amazing. Sorry's album is incredible.
Yes,
I
what a
love
band.
that. There's so many. I love the Oriels.
Yeah, Oriels are great.
Yeah, we missed those guys. They were in New Colossus when we were there as well.
Cool.
And we couldn't actually catch them playing because of clashes. But yeah, they're incredible. God, there's so many.
Nancy's
Nancy.
doing pretty well.
Yeah, Shiel, they're amazing.
Shiel.
Yeah, there's all sorts of great music. And even in Brighton, you just listen to like local Brighton playlists and you're like, oh man, everyone's
good.
killing it. Yeah, I love it because there's a lot of the older generation that are a bit like, oh, new music sucks. But it's, it's true. I think the same sometimes if you listen to music from the 70s or the 90s and then you're like, oh, it's all about the old stuff. But there's some incredible new music.
I think we've met like an equal amount of people that are like,
Digging the new
digging
music.
the new music.
Yeah, maybe I'm a pessimist. What can I say?
So when you guys are not listening to great music and making great music, what are you doing for fun? What's going on? Well, bit of Netflix, I assume. Bit
Dog
of binging.
walks.
Dog
Surprise.
walks.
Yeah, dog walks.
Gogglebox. Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah. Gogglebox is amazing.
Who's your favourite like family or duo that's on there?
There's a guy on there from Brighton, which I didn't even realise until recently. But Jack was working in a coffee shop and he ended up serving him coffee once.
Starstruck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
he's
can-
nodding
what can we say?
vigorously.
What do we enjoy?
Dog walks.
Dog walks, yeah.
Oh, you've got a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish they could have been here.
I know. She's being babysat for the first time.
Dylan and Abbie, thank you.
Thank you. Shout out. Shout out. We've been being sent photos all day of our dog and just being like, miss you.
I really do miss you.
Yeah.
What kind of dog? I mean, I need the information.
Oh, so she's an ex-Spanish stray. We don't know what breed she is. We don't know her age. She's like a mystery little fluff.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
a mystery indie dog. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. She's amazing. She's changed our lives. Having a dog is the best.
Yeah, she really
I
has.
recommend it to everyone.
Yeah.
Every single person.
Desperately want one. As soon as I get a bigger place, that's what's going to go down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the social media site Bebo is coming back.
What?
I don't know if you remember that from back in the day, but me and my friends at school were a little bit obsessed with it. So with that in mind, are there any things that you would like to bring back? You know, like any retro fashions, maybe a band you used to love, get them to reform, a food? What are we saying?
Those socks with suspenders that like go all the way up. I want to see people wearing those again, actually, yeah.
Lederhosen.
Lederhosen. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Lederhosen,
yeah.
bring those back, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I've
German
got some
side in
German
you.
blood in me.
Yeah, coming out.
I'll wear a Lederhosen.
Oh, God. What
I want
were they
turkey
like?
Twizzlers to come back.
Turkey Twizzlers.
Oh,
wow.
love them.
What happened to turkey Twizzlers?
They were
Where
too
did
salty.
they go?
Yeah,
They were
too
too
bad.
unhealthy. Yeah, Jamie Oliver came about.
Someone in the crew's very angry about Jamie Oliver taking them away.
Turkey Twizzlers.
Jamie,
Jamie's
if you're
got some
listening.
explaining to do.
He really does. Love those.
Where my chips.
I really liked those blow up like armchairs that were completely
yeah.
see-through. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I had one in my room for ages, and I thought
They're
it was like
incredible.
the coolest thing.
They
ever.
were the coolest thing, and you had rucksacks.
Yep.
It's on that vibe. Bring back Buffy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hurry up and bring back Buffy.
That would be great.
mean,
you guys
Sabrina-
can do the theme tune
Oh, I'd love
naturally.
that.
You know,
Yeah, Little Woods. I mean, there's all sorts.
Littlewood, Woolworths. Bring back
Woolworths.
Woolworths and the pick and mix. That'd be good.
Oh, penny sweets.
Oh.
I want to be able to go out with 50p and know that I'm getting something good.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead
I hear
of
that.
like, there's nothing in here. There's-
Also, bring back the pubs when we can.
oh, don't.
I miss the pubs so
I
much.
completely forgot.
I
about
miss
that.
the pub
Literally,
so
my heart
much.
aches for a cold pint. Like,
I agree.
absolutely. What's your favourite pub? Have you got like a favourite pub in Brighton that you always go to?
There are so many good pubs in Brighton.
Is it
There's
more
the
just a pub crawl?
Yeah, there's a really tiny pub in Brighton called the Hand in Hand, which was like our local for a little while.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
really nice.
The Hand in Hand is amazing, and they actually brew their own beer, I think, underneath.
So Brighton.
Oh, nice.
It's so Brighton. And there's a guy that plays piano in there all the time, and he has an eye patch, and he's the coolest guy.
Again, so Brighton.
Yeah. It is very
really
Brighton.
Is just so stereotypical.
He
but
just
in the
needs a
best possible
parrot
way.
on his shoulder. Like, there's so many characters in Brighton that you see time and
Love
time
it.
again.
Are
Yeah.
you ready for some questions from the chat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Cheeseball78
Cheese
has
ball.
said, do you all
Yes,
have
cheese ball.
similar influences in music?
Cheeseball
Yeah,
78. This one's for you.
Cheese ball.
I love that name. Sorry. No, yes, on a kind of broad scale, but no, really. Jack, our drummer, listens to a lot of hip hop, and he loves beats to, chill, lo-fi beats to chill and relax to, study if you want. Jorge is a fan of the like psychedelic and indie scene. He's like the king of new music. He listens to a lot of new music and is always sending great stuff. I love world music. I listen to a lot of Brazilian and African music. That's kind of my go-to a lot of the time, as well as diving into a lot of 70s psychedelic stuff that's just like mad little journeys. And Ben, what's yours?
I don't really know. It is a really difficult question, but I guess in terms of the band with influences, I guess it's stuff like Warpaint and a lot of ambient sounding bands.
Yeah.
Literally can't think of one right now, which is just embarrassing.
Cheeseball78, we're so
Cheeseball.
sorry.
You fucked me up, cheese ball.
Charlie Drum says, any advice for young women in music?
Oh, yes. Hold your own and don't listen to them because they'll tell you absolute bullshit. But don't listen to them. And also, there's a great podcast. If you're a fan of Laura Marling, Laura Marling has a podcast called The Reversal of the Muse. And she's talking about, if the music industry was female dominated, would it be a different type of place to work within?
That's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you were to, like, as a female musician, go into a studio and there's a bunch of ladies behind the desk saying, like, show us what you got, like, what do you want to play us something new, would you feel more comfortable to play a new song or to play something you don't feel like you play that great? These sorts of conversations I think are really valid, and I think we don't really talk about it enough just yet. Just what could be different, because it can be intimidating walking into a room full of guys and then trying to be like, I'm playing guitar now, but please don't think I'm just a female guitarist. Like, I do like playing guitar. These sorts of stereotypes, you have to just get rid of them and hold your own.
That podcast sounds amazing, by the way. I'm definitely going to check that out.
Great.
Melly Moo says, what's your favourite milkshake? We're into the big questions now.
I went to a drive-in cinema back when Life was on.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a Oreo chocolate milkshake.
Oh.
Yeah, and it changed my life.
Yeah.
That was the best.
There's that place on Bond Street, Shakeaways, and they'll literally make any milkshake that you want.
That's one with like any chocolate bar, right?
Anything.
Yeah.
You can bring your own stuff in; they'll make it.
Yeah, I got a I got a Toblerone one once, and it was fantastic. Shakeaways, please let me do an ad for you, please. Honestly.
Set up the franchise, Abbie. Come on.
Oh, please. Cam says, what is your fondest moment in your career so far? What's like a really great memory?
I have a lot of them, actually. I mean, I had the best time back in February last year. We played with Penelope Isles in St. Leonard's on Sea, which is right next to Hastings. And we had this guy doing the visuals there that was just next level. He was getting close-ups of my face on my face, and it was just nuts. Everything was obscenely good. It was great.
But it was also just really nice and humble, and everyone was just having a really nice time that evening.
Yeah, and they bought us pizza.
Yeah, mainly the pizza.
Yeah, pizza makes everything great.
Pizza changes a show, so listen out, crew.
Yeah.
Now, I've been speaking to your booking agent, Rob. He's a friend of mine. Shout out to Rob. Great guy. He says, I need to ask you about that time at Fortune of War after Comedia. Do I want to know?
So
is this safe for broadcast?
I texted him earlier and said, if you tell Abbie, hang on, if you tell Abbie about this time at the Fortune of War, I swear to God, and he promised me he would never do that.
Nice one, Rob.
It was
Legend.
a lie. How do we start this? So Rob and I only started working together this year, but I've known him for a little while. He books for Lazy Day, who I absolutely love, and he's just an all-round great guy.
He is.
And it was the first gig, kind of musical experience we'd had in ages in August. He asked if we wanted to do a kind of live streamed or pre-recorded show at Comedia, which we did and was incredible. And I just felt so euphoric that I had a pint at lunch and I had half a sandwich and then I had some more pints and then maybe I tried on a lot of people's hats and maybe I was on a table once or twice doing some dance. Maybe I was dancing.
Wow.
And that's all I'll say.
Yeah, stop there.
Sounds great.
It was bad. I was in a bad way for many days afterwards.
How many days are we talking?
I'm talking many days.
Really?
Yeah,
like
many
a 3-day hangover?
Oh.
Try a week and a half.
Well, week and a half hangover. Christ.
My neighbour had to come round with some Coca-Cola and some tortilla chips.
You
and
need
that
help.
Diarrhea stuff you give to people that are dehydrated.
Oh, wow.
I was a mess. So that was the start of us working together.
It's a good start, to be fair. So when everything opens, night out in Brighton.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
I'm
on.
there.
I'm keen. He's also reliably told me, has Rob, that you are great at telling jokes. So the floor's yours. What you got up your sleeve? You've got a good joke? I mean, I've put you under pressure here, obviously.
So I can already see Jack's eyes boring into my skull. I have pretty much one joke.
Okay, come on.
And it's really good. Should I stand up?
Yeah, please
Could
do.
I stand up?
I think you should. You should
All right,
own
thank
this.
you.
This is your time. The
Thanks,
floor is
thanks.
yours.
So, ready? Right. Hang on. Just got to remember it. Put my hands in a bin the other day. Felt rubbish. You were the only person in the room.
I love bad jokes, though.
Literal silence.
Like, dad
Twitch,
jokes.
I hope you're blowing up
dad
over
jokes
this.
is a bit of me, you know. I've got one for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. I'm not going to stand up, but I hope you like it. People used to cover me in chocolate and cream and then put a cherry on my head. Life was tough in the ghetto.
Oh,
You get it?
That was very good.
Hey.
Abbie, can I have
One
that
more?
one?
One more bonus one? You
Yeah,
got time?
please.
Okay.
Sure.
I've been given a 1,000-piece U2 puzzle. I haven't completed it yet. I've just finished The Edge.
Oh.
Woo! Thank you, everybody.
Great work.
Wow, what a week it's been. So what can we expect from your set tonight?
Oh, so we're going to play some oldies, some newies. We're going to play one song that hasn't been released yet as well.
We like exclusives. This is very, very exciting.
Watch out.
Yeah, so how long is it since you've last played live? That mad night you were talking about?
No, we actually did do a live stream last Tuesday for Independent Venue Week in Chelmsford at Hotbox.
Oh, cool.
That was, a very last minute little thing. So that was great. And this is kind of, the second time. But before that, it was since August. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, though. So Tuesday you played, so you're ready and warmed up.
I mean, the last time we
Raring
played
to
in
go.
front of an actual audience was in New York, wasn't it?
Yeah, last March.
Yeah.
Help us.
Well, you guys need to go and get ready.
Yeah.
Get warmed up, do your thing.
Thank you.
Nice.
So Hanya are taken to the Scruff of the Neck TV stage very, very soon. Get yourself a drink and come back straight after this short ad break.